The first thing we're going to practice again is finding the equivalent fraction. An equivalent fraction means that the two fractions equal the same thing. It's very similar to finding an equivalent ratio. So when we look at our first fraction, we have 7/4, and we need all of these fractions to equal 7/4. So we see that 7/4, we know that we need to figure out what the denominator is in the first fraction, because we know that the numerator is 35. In order to do this, we take 35 and we divide it by 7. 35 divided by 7 equals 5. So we need to multiply the numerator by the same number. So we would say 7/4 is equal to, this is times 5, so we times 5 on the bottom. 4 times 5 is 20. So 7/4 is equal to 35/20. Let's try the next one. The next one, we're given the denominator. So we need to figure out what we multiply 4 by to get to 32 in the denominator. So we do the opposite and we do 32 divided by 4. 32 divided by 4 is equal to 8. Now that we know the number we're multiplying by, we can find the numerator. 7/4 is equal to how many 30 seconds? Well, 4 times 8 equals 32, and 7 times 8 equals 56. Let's try the next fraction. The next fraction, again, we're given the denominator of 12, and I need to figure out what the numerator is, and I do that by finding out what I multiplied 4 by to get to 12. So I have to do the opposite of 12 divided by 4. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. So that means I multiply both the numerator and denominator by 3. So 7/4 is equal to how many 12s? Well, I know it's times 3 on bottom, so I have to times 3 on top. 7 times 4 is 7. 4 times 3 is 12, and 7 times 3 is 21. So 7/4 is equal to 21/12. Let's try the next one. Again, this one, we're given the numerator, so we have to figure out the denominator. And I follow the same steps. I have 49 in my numerator, and I need to figure out how many sevenths goes into 49, and I do that by dividing 49 by 7. 49 divided by 7 equals 7. So that means I'm multiplying both my numerator and denominator by 7. 7/4 times 7 on top equals 49, and times 7 on the bottom equals 28. So 49/28 is equal to 7/4. Let's try the last one. The last one, we're given the denominator of 16. So to figure out what the numerator is, I have to figure out what I multiplied 4 by to get to 16. So I divide. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 16 divided by 4 is equal to 4. So that means I'm multiplying the numerator and denominator by 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 7 times 4 is 28. So 28/16 is equal to 7/4. Next, we're going to try to figure out the shaded angle. If we look at the first angle right here, we can see that we're trying to figure out the shaded part. And the shaded part is part of this 90-degree angle. If the shaded part is part of a known angle, we subtract. The known angle is 90 degrees, and they label or tell us the other angle right here, and that's 40 degrees, so we must subtract 90 minus 40, and that gives us an answer of 50 degrees. So the shaded part of this angle is 50 degrees. When we look at the next angle, we're trying to find the shaded part. this shaded part. And the shaded part here is a combination of two angles. We have our known angle of 180 degrees, and then we also have our named angle right here, which is 20 degrees. Because we are combining two angles to figure out this shaded area, we must add. So I would take my known angle of 180 degrees and I would add it with my named angle of 20 degrees, and that would give me an answer of 200 degrees. So this whole shaded angle is 200 degrees.